Today we're going to talk about secret messages. But first of all, what is a secret message? And why would we send one? Have a think about these two questions. People have been sending secret messages for a very long time. Very important people. Think about if you want to send a secret message to one of your friends. You could write them a message using an adult's phone. You could write them a letter. You could even draw them a picture. But maybe you want to tell them a secret. What happens if you want to tell a friend a secret and you use your mum's phone? Or you ask your dad to give the message to your friend? In this case, your mum or your dad becomes a messenger. What's a messenger? There's a word that we can hear in the word messenger. Message. Messenger. A messenger is a person who delivers a message. Okay? So what could a messenger do with a message? If he's given a message to give to somebody else, there's something he could do that's very naughty. He could read it himself. Then it's not a secret anymore. This was a big problem for very important people a long time ago. It was even worse a long time ago because there wasn't any emails or text messages. There weren't even phones. So kings and queens had to send messages through messengers to other kings and queens, to their soldiers. Think about what would happen if a king wanted to send a message to his soldiers to tell them to go and attack another country. Think what would happen if somebody else saw the message. It would be a big problem. So people found a great way of sending their messages. They used codes, special secret codes. You can make any code you like and send a secret message using your code. Of course, the person reading the message needs to understand the code. Otherwise, they won't be able to read it and it'll just look like jumbled up letters or numbers all together. But only the person who understands the code can read the message. That was very clever, wasn't it? Now we're going to have a look in our Global English Learners book on page 92. So here we are on page 92 of your Learners book. Secret messages. So we already talked about why we might want to send a secret message. So maybe a king wants to send a secret message to his soldiers. Maybe you want to send a secret message to a friend and you don't want anybody else to understand it. So, for thousands of years, people have used codes to send secret messages. Only a person who knows the code can understand the message. Read about 3 different codes. So the first code we're going to look at is called Caesar's code. In ancient times, there were no phones or computers. People used to write messages and give them to a messenger. The messenger delivered the messages. Julius Caesar, the emperor of ancient Rome, wrote messages to his army in secret code. Sometimes the enemy caught the messenger, but they couldn't read the message because they couldn't understand the secret code. You can write a message using the same code Caesar used. Here is the secret code. So, here are all the letters of the alphabet. To write a letter in code, use the letter above or below it. Okay, remember above means on top and below, under, okay, underneath. So for example, let's have a look. For the letter A, you write N. For the letter T, you write G. So the word cat is written P, N, G. Okay? Do you understand? For example, dog would be Q because that's the letter below the D. B, because that's the letter above the O, and then T, because that's the letter below the G, okay? So it would be Q, B, G, T, okay? Q, B, T. Look at this secret instruction. What I want you to do now is to try and decode this secret instruction. Decode, we have the root word in there, code. Okay, so decode means understand, okay, to uncode it, to take the secret instruction out of its code and into a normal code, which is what we use obviously when we use English, okay, because every language is a code, okay. So you try and do that, and we'll go on to the next page in a minute. So did you manage to decode that message? So the first letter was F, then G, N, A, Q, okay. F is S, okay, because it's above the S. G is T, because G is above the T. N is A, because it's below the A. So we have S, T, A. Then the next letter was A, which is N, okay, it's the other way round. Then Q, which is, what do you think Q is? D, okay, so we have S-T-A-N-D, stand. That's the first part of our code, stand. Then B-A is O-N, okay, so stand on. L-B-H-E is your, stand on your. Y-R-S-G, Y-R-S-G. We have to have a look at the code for that. Let's have a look. So Y is L, R is E, S is F, and G is T. So stand on your left. Y-R-T, L-E-G, leg. Stand on your left leg. Do it. Might be the King's order. Okay, now we're going on to page 93 in your learner's book, and we're going to have a look at 2 more codes. Okay, so our next code is a number code. In this code, you replace each letter with a number. Find the letter H on the grid. Here it is. With your finger, go down to the red number at the bottom, which is 3. Now go to the blue number on the left of H obviously, so this is 2. So the secret code number for H is 3, 2. To make it trickier, write both letters in black. Remember, always write the red number first, then the blue number. Okay? So try writing your name in number code. So what we're going to do together, because it's a little bit tricky, is to decode this secret instruction together. You might want to just write at the side with a pencil or on a piece of paper. So 3, 4. So we said that number 3 is the first number was always one of the red numbers. So we're looking at this 3, okay? Number 3 and number 4. Number 4 is this, R, okay? So R. Then 15 is going to be 1, 5, U. So R, U. Then 21 is going to be 2 and 1. So R-U-B, rub, okay, rub. This is the first instruction, rub. Then we have on the next line 5 and 5. So that's a Y, 5 and 5, Y. 5 and 3, O, Y-O. 1 and 5 is U, okay, Y-O-U. At this point you might start to guess what the word is, okay? Let's just see. 3 and 4 is R. So Y-O-U-R, your, rub, your. Okay, 5 and 4 is T. So rub your T. 1 and 5 is U. T-U. 3 and 3 is M. But as you can see, there are two M's here. So we have T-U-M-M. Have you guessed it? 5 and 5 is Y. So rub your tummy. Okay, did you get that by yourselves? I bet you did. Okay, well done. Why don't you try and write some codes yourself with this number code, okay? You can do that when we finish this video. Now, let's have a look at the next code. The next one's a little bit tricky. It's a bit more tricky than the one before, actually. This is called a Tic-Tac-Toe Code. To write a letter in this code, find the letter in the pictures below. Draw the part of the picture that has the letter in it. If there is a dot, draw the dot too. So this is how you write boot. So look at this. This is obviously the B. Let's go and have a look at it. Can you see? The B is in this shape. Can you see? And this is the same shape here. The O, where's the O? Here it is. Can you see the shape of it? It's kind of like a box with only 3 sides, a square, and it has a dot, the same dot here. Okay, so this is B-O-O, and then let's look at the T. Oh, look at that. That is the symbol for the T, boot. Look at this secret instruction. Let's decode this one together. So we've got one of these shapes here. Let's have a look. We've got 2 here though, haven't we? With the same shape, but this one has a dot and this one has no dot. Okay? So it's obviously an S, and then we need to find this shape here. Let's have a look. Here it is. S-I, because again, we have the same shape here, but these ones have dots. Okay, so it's S-I. Then we've got a square with a dot in it. Must be this one. Okay, S-I-N, sin. And then this one, where's this shape? Here it is. G. Okay, so sing. A. S. We recognise this because we saw it over for boot, didn't we? So sing A, S-O. Bet you've got it already. N, S-O-N. And G, sing a song. Okay? So, what you can do now is rub your tummy and sing a song. Okay? So which code do you think is the most difficult? Which is the most difficult? I think the Tic-Tac-Toe Code is the most difficult, okay? Which is the most fun? Wow, that's a bit difficult to say really. For me, the most fun was the Tic-Tac-Toe Code. I think that was the most fun. It was the most difficult, the most challenging. So it depends. It depends whatever you think is the most fun. Okay, now look at number 4. This is something you're going to do and send to me, okay? You're going to choose your favourite code, okay? So we have Caesar's code, the number code, and the Tic-Tac-Toe Code. Choose your favourite code and write a secret message to your partner, okay? If you write on your message which code you used, okay, so write, I used the number code, for example, okay, then write your message, okay, don't decode it, just write the message, make sure it's nice and clear, in English obviously, and then what we'll do is, when we meet up on Zoom, we will switch them around and you can decode them on the spot, okay? Okay, let's go on. What we're going to do now is have a look at your activity book, okay? Okay, so turn to page 78 of your activity book. And here we have 3 exercises that you need to do, okay? In exercise 1, you need to read. So look at these questions and you need to circle the correct answer, okay? You need your learner's book to hand so that you can check your answers. So number 1, why do people use codes? A, B, or C? Okay, if you think it was to keep warm, you circle that. Okay, and so on. Number 2, why didn't Julius Caesar call his army on the phone? Good question. Okay, so you circle the correct answer. Number 2, we're going to have a look at some past simple tense endings of some verbs. Okay, you can have a look at page 142 of your learner's book if you need some help. I don't think you do, maybe for a couple you will, but never mind, you have a look on the verb chart if you need some help. Okay, then here, the last bit, you need to look at the letters in the grey shape, okay, because down here you will see that a word gets spelt out, and write it here, okay. Number 3, decode this message, okay. It's written in Caesar's code, okay, so make sure you keep that to hand so you know what you're going to write on the lines, okay. Then page 79, here we are, okay. Here you need to finish the sentences. So these are the words at the top. You need to put them in the right spaces, okay, reading the text, okay. We know this already, this past simple negative, okay. You know that didn't is did not, and then we add the verb, okay. So I didn't see my friends this week, okay. I didn't listen to my teacher, okay. He yelled, he did not yell, okay? Remember, we don't say he did not yelled, okay? We already have the past here. So the verb that we put after it is always its base form, okay? So yell, I saw you, I didn't see you, okay? Not, I didn't saw you, okay? So here, number 5, use of English. You need to write the sentence in the negative form with didn't, okay? So for example, Caesar had a plan. Okay, we know that had is the past of have, okay? So have is our base form of the verb, and we just need to put Caesar didn't have a plan, okay? He wrote a message. You know what the base form of the verb is. It's write. So this is going to be, he didn't write a message, okay? You do the others by yourselves, okay? Number 6, let's find out. So here's another message for you to decode, okay? And we'll have a look at them in the next Zoom lesson, okay? Enjoy! Don't forget to write your secret code to a friend.